Hey guys, Megan here, and today I'm going to be doing the Jane Austen July tag. I am so excited to be doing this tag. The original was done by Marissa from Blatantly Bookish, and she tagged me, so thank you, Marissa. As soon as I saw that you did this tag, I was like, I don't care, I'm doing it right away, I don't care if I'm tagged or not. So it's a really nice surprise to see that you had tagged me. So, yeah, let's get right into it. So the first question is, what is your favorite Jane Austen book? Now, if you saw my recent video called Ranking Jane Austen, and then I did that video with Naomi from Naomi's Bookshelf, you will know what my favorite is. And I kind of follow the crowd with this. It is Pride and Prejudice. It is just so good. It's so, so good. In every way, it's so good. Who is your favorite Jane Austen protagonist? Now, I did just say that Pride and Prejudice is my favorite, and my favorite protagonist is the wonderful Lizzie Bennet. Now, I have always loved Lizzie, and since I was like 13 when I first read Pride and Prejudice, and a couple months ago I took the Myers-Briggs personality test, and I came out as an ENFJ, and I checked, they have like famous people listed here who are ENFJs and literary characters, and oh my goodness, Elizabeth Bennet is an ENFJ. So it's really cool to be like, I have the same personality as a Lizzie Bennet. So yeah. Then the next question, number 3, name a book off of your shelves that you think Jane would wholeheartedly approve of. So I decided, I think Jane Austen would wholeheartedly approve of, let's get it on the shot here, The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Marianne Schaefer and Annie Barrows. I love this book. It is on my BookTube top 10s video because I love it so much. And I think Jane Austen would have loved it too, because in this book people vigorously discuss books. And Jane Austen came from a family of writers and scholars, and so I think her family, I think they would have vigorously discussed books, and I think she would have really related to that. So, yeah, also, it has a beautiful love story in it, and Jane Austen herself wrote beautiful love plot lines in her stories that weren't just love stories, although they are too. And also, Guernsey is written in letter format, and she herself wrote a novel in letter format, Lady Susan, so I think she would really enjoy Guernsey. Name a book off of your shelves that you think Jane would have hated, and why. This book was also on my BookTube top 10s. And it is Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand. This is a true story about a POW. Now, Jane Austen said, "Let other pens dwell on guilt and misery." And this book is full of guilt and misery. It is a tragic book, but it has such a beautiful ending that I love it with my whole heart. So, maybe she would have enjoyed reading about it. She certainly never would have written that book. She said so herself. But I don't know. I can't see her loving it. Maybe she did, though. Like, she did love Sir Walter Scott. So, you never know. Okay, who is your favorite minor Jane Austen character? So I had a really hard time thinking about this one because there are quite a few that I think that are like awesome. Like, they're all amazing. I'm like, I love them all. So I was like, should I say like Mr. John Knightley? He is the brother of Mr. Knightley. He is extremely witty and extremely perceptive. He's awesome. Should I say Mary Bennet? She's hilariously bookish and nerdy, and she always just tries to do her best and stand out, but she never really quite gets there. And then I was like, you know what? I just have to say Mr. Collins. I just have to say him. He is so funny. He is so funny and ridiculous, and I love like different interpretations of his characters and different adaptations, like Matt Smith's interpretation in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Not at all the Mr. Collins of the book. I love the Mr. Collins of the book, but Matt Smith's interpretation was also hilarious in a totally different way. So, yes. Okay, next question. Name a book off of your shelves that you feel was somehow inspired by Jane Austen's body of work. So, with this one, the author of this book did not like Jane Austen. She thought it was too sparkling and happy, and she didn't like Jane Austen, but I still think that she was inspired by Jane Austen without even knowing it. So, the book is Jane Eyre, and the author is Charlotte Bronte. Now, Jane Austen, she really changed the way the novel was written. She added things that had never been done in novels before. The way the love story is told, the way the plot unfolds, the deep character development. I mean, I think all of this she must have subconsciously been inspired by Jane Austen, even though she didn't really like her. So, which Jane Austen character do you simply love to hate? And Marissa said Mr. Collins for this one, and I'm like, yes, I agree with that. But another character that I love to hate is Mary Musgrove from Persuasion. She is the younger sister of the main character, Anne Elliot, and she is like a hypochondriac. She's always complaining about her health, and she's even though she's healthy, and she's bitter against people, and she's like, you know, you should be paying me attention, and this is due me, and she's just really whiny and bratty, and this is what I said earlier, she's overdramatic, so irritatingly and completely selfishly unself-aware, all at the same time, but I love her, she's so funny. Okay, so, and then at the bottom of Marissa's video, I liked how it said, are you a Janeite? If so, consider yourself tagged. So consider yourself tagged. But I will also tag Naomi from Naomi's Bookshelf, who is definitely a Janeite. I want to see your answers to this, Naomi. And I will also tag Sarah Hanet, my sister. Now, Sarah, if you don't want to do this tag, don't do this tag. I know you love some Jane Austen, but you're not like all out Janeite fan. Like, so feel free to do this if you want. Feel free to not do this if you want. So, yeah, that is the Jane Austen July book tag. And guys, I just have to say this. There is a distinct possibility that I am related to Jane Austen. Yes, I do have some English ancestry. I'm kind of a mixed breed of European countries, and one of them is England, and it looks like I'm related to Jane Austen. Whoa. So I found that out a couple years ago, and I was like completely thrilled. Like, I remember thinking even a little bit before I found out, like a couple months before, I was thinking, who would I most love to be related to out of history? And I was like, probably Jane Austen. And guys, it's probably like 90% sure that I am. So there you go. Anyways, well, I'm going to end this video now. So until next time, may you be filled with peace, hope, love, and joy. So take care, everyone.